Well, hello there everyone, and welcome to the August garden tour. It is the final day in August, and we're supposed to get 7 inches of rain tomorrow, so that's another good reason to do a tour. You never know what these kind of storms can bring. I feel like August has been just me dealing with one storm after another. Not really in a bad way, but it seems like as soon as I get things cleaned up, then another storm rolls in. But that's alright, I don't mind. But let's head on into the garden and see what's changed since July. Some different things blooming, a few new additions, and I did leave some dahlias for everyone to see. Can you see the monarch butterfly there on the dahlia that I grew from seed? Let's see if she'll let us get a little bit closer. So the only thing over here in the entrance that's blooming that you probably didn't see in July is the obedient plant. It's just started to bloom. You can see a lot of bees on it now. It's called obedient plant because if you bend the stem or even the head, it stays the way you put it. But it's a really beautiful spike element in bouquets, and so nice to have that later on in the season. So I'll turn you slowly this way and you can see that the limelight hydrangea has started to turn its beautiful lime green color. Still not really any blooms on my Mexican bush sage, but that's normal. So let me show you what I got for my birthday this year from my husband. I was at my girlfriend's nursery and I noticed she had this fountain, and I loved how it looked old and weathered, and it's not too extravagant, but it's kind of artsy to me, I guess. And I don't know, I just thought it would fit in great here in our garden. It wasn't too much, but just enough in my opinion. And so he surprised me with that on my birthday. Okay guys, sorry, but this monarch is right here. Oh, so awesome. So let's go ahead and travel down the borders together. Lots of mahogany splendor hibiscus now to look at. Beautiful foliage color on these. I'm not sure if I've ever pointed out that I have a holly there in the background. Maybe I can do a winter garden tour this year if you like, so that we can kind of notice some more of the evergreens that I have scattered about. I tend to gloss over them in lieu of flowers. I apologize for that. So, I planted this lavender here on the side of the path, but it really is suffering from all the rain we get. I might have to think of something else for this area. Coleus is looking great. Was that the hummingbird? I think that was the hummingbird. Okay, I'm gonna have to start wearing my glasses for these tours. So I think we just had a hummingbird visiting the black and blue salvia here, and thank you so much to those people who commented that this was able to perennialize in 6B. So I'm gonna leave mine and see if mine perennializes as well. Over on this side, lots of autumn joy sedum that I've just propagated over the years. There's some more evergreens under there that I've probably never pointed out. These are blue-starred junipers. And then up above that, I have a vitex, which I think I'm going to start training it to look more like a crepe myrtle, where it's more open there so we can see through it a little bit more. Now as we round the corner, I just put in a new Sprinter boxwood here into this pot. I thought it was so pretty. I picked it up from Christmas Tree Hill shops, and I rubbed a little bit of moss on it. I'm hoping it will kind of take. I stuck in some rue after my cosmos were done, so that's what you're seeing there. Beautiful kind of blue silvery foliage. Gomphrena is still looking good. And then, of course, more mahogany splendor hibiscus. I did quite a lot of mahogany splendor hibiscus this year, but you know, you just can't beat it. One seed and you get basically a full-size shrub. Most of the perennials on this side of the border are done. You know, you see we have some rudbeckia there. If you can see, that's my ginger wine, 9-bark in the background. But the phlox and the coreopsis are pretty much going over at this point. I'll turn you to the left slowly so we can see the winterberry. This is little goblin orange winterberry, and it looks beautiful in the winter. We'll travel down a little bit this way, and I'll show you one other gift I got for my birthday. So I got this little bug and butterfly house also for my husband and daughter for my birthday. I stuck it here on the ground for now. I think I'll put it on the post, but I'm not sure exactly where I want it to live permanently. Jewels of Opar, looking gorgeous. Let's travel straight ahead here to the raised beds because I don't think I had left many dahlias uncut on our last tour. So let me show you a few now. And I do still have a dahlia tour planned where I'm going to let them all bloom out once I'm all done for the season. So here we have beautiful Cornell. You can see such reliable blooms, strong connection to the stem, long lasting in the vase, and actually I air dried some of these recently and they're fabulous. Honeybee loving on them also. Don't mind sharing it all with my bee friends. Now, to be quite honest, my friends, I have not been feeling too well. I'm still not feeling great, but with the impending storm and the end of the month, I am out here, quite honestly, in my pajamas. Keeping it real. Over here we have, I left one cafe au lait for you. And isn't she a stunner? Here we have one called Great Silence. I'll see if I can get on top of it. Beautiful. Looks like a summer sunset. This one here is called Boom Boom Yellow. So I have been cutting the breakouts really heavily in the cafes, doing some bridal work with those. But like I say, I'll go ahead and do a dahlia tour for you and let them all bloom out so you can see them all. Let's head back to the zinnias. Zinnias are looking beautiful. This variety here is called Moulin Rouge. It's going to look great when my red pro cuts, and I also have bicolor pro cuts when those come in. Over here we have the Binary Coral Zinnias, also really beautiful. Lovely color on these. Really tall, taller than me at this point. So I'm really waiting on those red and bicolor pro cuts, which should be ready next week, depending on how this storm goes. That's pretty much it for back here. So let's go see the hydrangea garden. So for frame of reference, we just walked straight back through my garden. Now let's say if we were to take a turn here, you would be at my hydrangea garden, where I have mainly smooth and panicle hydrangeas. They're pretty much all their fall color at this point. Invincible Spirit 2 here in the front. Huss Halo in the back is the lace cap variety. And then I have some newer dwarf varieties kind of scattered throughout. We've been harvesting as needed from our apple trees. And I'm going to put some out for free at the stand. It's just a little bit more than I can handle. I do have one rose here, the Ringo rose, but I'm going to go ahead and relocate that. I'm not really feeling like this is the right position for that plant. For evergreen interest over here, I have an inkberry holly. This is also what you would see if you entered through our other gate. Let me show you what that would look like. So basically, depending on what parking spot in the driveway you pull into, you either see straight ahead to this entrance or to the entrance that we normally use. But this entrance is to my shade garden dedicated to Gracie's garden, and then also the hydrangea garden there on the right. Gracie's garden is still looking pretty simple, especially when you first enter in. And because so many of these plants were divisions, they didn't really have a chance to bloom this year. But everything took really well, rooted in really well. Even things I stuck in as cuttings took. So I think come next year, I'm going to be really thankful that I went ahead and started this little shade garden. This little path is here so that we can harvest our cherry trees easily. This part of the shade garden I think I like best because of the Sun King Aurelia. That's this beautiful chartreuse foliage right here. Have some lamium in there, just some nice texture and color. Tough stuff aha there in the pot. But I just really like the colors here in this particular area. So I think I'll try to mimic that, going all the way down the property. Well guys, I think that's pretty much it for the tour today. Thanks for spending a little bit of time with me. I know this was a bit of a shorter tour than normal. I do apologize for that, but I hope you understand as I am feeling a bit under the weather at this time in the season. So I want to wish you a great day and happy gardening. Bye.